So come with me, a little journey back to 1982. And I'm a freshman at the University of New Hampshire, and I'm walking out of my intro to sociology class, and I see a poster on the wall. I look at the poster, and the headline says, Air Band Competition, first place, $150. So I rip that poster off the wall, and I run back to my dorm, and I slap it down on the floor in front of my friends, and I say, gentlemen, we're doing this. You see, we had this friend in our dorm, Lord Hall at UNH, named Kermit. Great guy, everyone loved him. And one night, Kermit came home real drunk, and he's screwing around down in the lounge, the lobby of the dorm, and he breaks a table. The table's going to cost $150 to fix. He doesn't have the money. So we had this idea, I had this idea, that I would volunteer my friends and me to enter the air band competition, win first place, and give the money to Kermit. And we're doing this for a couple of good reasons. One is, it's kind of the right thing to do, right? Help a friend. But the other reason is, this is my opportunity to live out a Brady Bunch moment. Now, you may recall this episode. It's one of my personal favorites. Look it up on Wikipedia or IMDb. Season 4, I think, episode 6. So do you remember this episode? The kids want to get Mike and Carol an anniversary present. It's a silver platter, right? Now Jan, who's a real fuck-up middle child, I know, because I'm a fuck-up middle child too. She gets her signals crossed. She thinks it's 85 cents to do the engraving on the platter, which she doesn't realize it's 85 cents per letter. Do you remember that? So now the Brady kids have to raise all this money to give their parents this platter. And they can't figure out how to do it. They're trying to sell their stuff. Bobby and Cindy go to the bank. Do you remember that? Hilarious slapstick humor. But then Jan, she redeems herself, right? She has a brilliant idea. If the kids enter the talent show and win first place, they can get the money, they can pay for the engraving, they can give Mike and Carol the silver platter. So it's a brilliant idea by Jan. So we're actually living a Brady Bunch moment in real time in 1982 in Durham, Vermont, and I'm so excited. And so the first thing, well, you guys know what an air band is, just to go on the same page. So air band is kind of the home for sad, desperate souls who have no musical ability whatsoever but just crave the spotlight. Much like the Brady Bunch themselves, right? But that's my friend group at UNH in 1982. And so the first thing we need to do is figure out who's in the band. And we have a friend group of about 6 or 8 guys. Not everyone's going to make the cut. So we start with the bass player. Now there's one guy in our friend group named Kevin. And we all have this friend like Kevin, right? He's always there. He never says anything. He never wants the spotlight, and he's perfectly happy with that. We found our bass player. And that's pretty much the job description of every bass player in the history of rock and roll. All right, next is lead guitarist, and it's got to be our friend Roby. Now, Roby's the only one in our group who's actually cool. The rest of us are just wannabes. Roby has a motorcycle. I saw him once take a bandana and turn it into a headband. He wore it to a frat party, and nobody said anything to him. And this guy is cool. He's a disciple of Pete Townsend. He's our lead guitarist. So next is the lead singer. It's gotta be me. So my sad, desperate life has all been geared towards this one moment. There is no way anyone else is gonna be the lead singer except for me. Now the last part is hard. We need a drummer. And in the world of air drumming, there is a world of air drumming, it's really hard to find someone who's very good at air drumming. It's a unique skill, it's very niche-y. But come to find out, my roommate freshman year, Dave Morrell, from Westford, Mass., is an air drumming savant. I remember clearly the first week of school, in the dorm room, Dave Morrell puts a Rush album on the turntable. And I look over, and he's busting out a drum solo that is absolutely mind-blowing. Neil Peart, right? He's the drummer for Rush. Dave is channeling Neil. He is Neil Peart. Like, we have our drummer. Perfect. The next thing we need is a song. So song selection in the world of air banding is crucial. It's kind of make or break. So remember, this is 1982. We have a few finalists. We're still arguing. about, because if we were a real band, we're a pretend band, if we were a real band, you'd get together with lyrics and songs, and you'd put a song together. In the world of air bands, you get together and you argue about which songs someone else has done that you're going to pretend to do. So in 1982, our finalists are The Boys Are Back in Town by Thin Lizzy. Right? There's a strong voice for that somewhere in the band. There's this kind of little-known Styx song called Rockin' the Paradise. If you don't remember it, check it out, YouTube it. It's kind of a diamond in the rough. And the third one was Jukebox Hero by Foreigner. So strong finalists, a lot of infighting in the air band about what song to pick. But next we got to figure out what we look like. You got to look the part for the air band, right? I mean, what else do you have? You're not singing, playing instruments. You got to look good. And so we have no money. We're just freshmen. So we go to a Goodwill store in Durham, New Hampshire. We figure we can find everything we need there. So I walk into this Goodwill store, and this first rack is right in front of me, and I see this white shirt. And it's almost like a light is shining down on this white shirt. It's calling to me. I walk towards this white shirt, and I pick it up. I'm like, oh my God, this is it. It buttons up to about here. And then the rest of it kind of opens up. Now, there's a select few of you in this audience who have seen this, which kind of looks a lot like a bunch of squirrel tails knitted together, right? I don't care, right? I'm the lead singer of a rock band. And this shirt has this embroidery on the sleeve that looks like fireworks or something. I mean, this is the kind of shirt David Lee Roth from Van Halen would wear. I am buying this shirt. Now, across from the Goodwill store, our quiet bass player says, like, the first thing I've ever heard him say, he's like, Bill, what about this bed sheet? And I'm like, okay. He's like, it's only $1. I'm like, okay. I'm like, why? He said, we could cut up the bed sheet into these white strips, and we could make headbands and belts and tie it around our thighs and our ankles and our wrists. And I'm like, okay, that's a good idea. Quiet bass player. So I go up to pay for my white V-neck shirt, and I get up to the cash register. In complete impulse buy, I see a necklace there. And I had just seen this video, again, Van Halen. David Lee Roth was wearing a necklace. I'm buying this necklace. But I don't stop there. Then I see this spinning thing of bracelets. Now I'm buying bracelets. And I'm buying everything. Right? I'm not stopping. So we got the outfit figured out. But now we need a place to rehearse. And I use that term loosely. We're just pretending to rehearse. And so I'm combing the campus at UNH, and I find this ballet studio. And it's perfect, because in this ballet studio, up on one wall is a mirror, about 50 feet long. Now that's all you need for an air band, because all you have to do is just watch yourself, right? I mean, it's like a narcissist convention is what air band is all about. But see, this ballet studio closes at 10, but there's a bathroom in the back with a crank-out window. You can open up and we can sneak in. So that becomes our practice location. I tell the band, I say, look, band, here's what we're going to do. Thursday night, meet at the ballet studio, go around back, the window's going to be open, we're going to have our first rehearsal, and come dressed, come ready, right? So I'm in my dorm room and I'm getting ready. I got the white shirt on, I'm putting on all the stuff I bought, and I'm putting all those white strips on me everywhere, like a fucking MASH patient. I mean, it's just triage. But I'm not done. There's one thing that I want to do. And I'm alone in my dorm room. Dave's not there, so I figure I can take this risk because I'm alone. I reach into my closet and I pull out these cowboy boots, which I never wear. I'm thinking this might be the only time in my entire life where I get to do something I've always wanted to do. I want to put on those cowboy boots and I want to stuff those jeans on the inside. I've seen it happen. I've always wanted to do it. I never had the courage to do it. Again, I saw David Lee Roth do this. He had spandex pants on. I had Guess jeans. I don't care. I'm stuffing those jeans in those cowboy boots. And I do it. I look at myself in the mirror. I look good. All right? But now I'm ready. But the tricky part is now I have to get from my dorm room to the ballet studio. And I don't want anyone to see me because I know I look good, but I don't know what other people are going to think about me with my white things hanging off and my jewelry and my boots. Anyway, I take a cautious step out in the hallway. I don't see anyone. I make a beeline to the ballet studio, and I climb through the window, and I walk into the ballet studio, and the band's all there. And I got to admit, they look pretty much like the Village People. I look at Roby, the lead guitarist. He got his hands on this makeup and this hair gel, and he looks like Ziggy Stardust and Billy Idol got together and had a kid. He looks awesome. And then our drummer, Dave Morrell, he's got this cowboy hat on, but he had feathers stuck in the front of it. They are the tallest feathers I've ever seen in my... It's like he raided Cher's dressing room. But somehow they're all standing up. And then Kevin, the bass player, he has a Pittsburgh Steelers football jersey on and football pants and eye black. And for some reason, that makes perfect sense for the bass player. And I got my boots, the jeans tucked in. And the beautiful part about that moment was nobody said anything to each other about how fucking crazy we were. We had found this safe place where we could take a risk and do something each of us had always wanted to do privately. We were now doing publicly amongst friends. It was really cool. So we rehearsed our song for 2 weeks straight. We were so excited. Finally, it was the night of the performance. We were getting a chance to get on that stage. Now, it's not really a stage. It's plywood on milk crates in the dining hall, but to us, it's Madison Square Garden that night. And so we're the last band to go on. I love calling it a band, although we're not really playing anything. I'm still calling it a band. Last group to go on. And when they call our name, man, we hit that stage. We attacked it. And we did things that night in public that are normally reserved for the privacy of your bedroom for good reason. It was very embarrassing. We didn't care. We did not hold back. We just went for it. No inhibitions whatsoever. I'm pretty sure I tried to do a split at the end of the performance. I don't exactly recall how that worked out. The guest jeans were tight. You know that. So then they announced the winners. In third place, it's not us. In second place, it's not us. I'm thinking, oh my God, we just get shut out after all that work. Come to find out, we end up winning first place. Yay! $100 to give to Kermit, we bail him out, and so that night I walk away with this incredible feeling of helping a friend, but also I had this nice little life lesson too, because I was thinking, if you're ever worried about stuffing those jeans inside your cowboy boots, guess what? You're the only person on the planet that's worried about stuffing the jeans into the cowboy boots. Nobody else cares. So if you want to stuff the jeans into the cowboy boots, stuff away. If you want to cut them off and wear them as denim mini shorts, go for it. Or go all the way and turn those jeans into some assless chaps. Because that is what my man David Lee Roth would do.